I want you to start studying, not necessarily in a formal way, but studying people, studying the singers you work with. I want you to get a feel for certain tendencies that they have, certain things that you feel they could do better, and then analyze the things that they physically can do to enhance those things. So, for example, a lot of singers will sing slouched over, and their vocal their air pipe is restricted, and singing is just moving air through your vocal cords. So if you've got a restricted air and they're not able to get to the right notes, particularly the notes will go flat at the end of a long word or something, encourage their posture. Always think Lemmy from Motorhead. He's got the mic way up here. You know why? Because look at that. From my mouth straight down, it's almost straight. Whereas if I do this, there's a bend. So posture is important. Find techniques that you're comfortable with to suggest that to the singer if they're running out of air and things. Sometimes I can get a good performance out of a singer if I make them smile. I ask them to smile, or I might tell a joke and say, "Oh man, let's cut it with that smile. That's gonna be the take." I don't know why that works, but it doesn't work with everyone. But here again, you want to find techniques that you can use to correct physical things that the singer's doing that can be improved on. I'm not a singer, but the use of the diaphragm is a very critical thing. So if a singer's having some problems, I might suggest sing from your diaphragm. I don't have a clue what that is because I'm not a singer, but it works sometimes. So try it. Another thing that I like to do is tell them to relax their throat, because you know yourself, if you get in front of a crowd and you're a little nervous, your voice sounds different. Can you imagine being a singer and you're out there by yourself? You don't have a guitar to hide behind. You don't have a drum kit to hide behind. If you make them a bad sound, it's you. I can look down at my guitar and blame it on the guitar. So find ways to get them to relax their throat and suggest that they try moving air. Mariah Carey, singers like her, Christina, man, they just move so much air. You can just hear it when you mix their stuff. And so I'm assuming that because they're great and they do that, that might be a way to help a singer get a little more out of what they're doing. I was working with a singer one time, and I said, "Man, you didn't quite hit the note." And he stayed silent forever. And I thought, wow, I made a mistake. And he goes, "Dave, I don't hit notes. I just sing." Sometimes just encourage the singer to just sing. I mean, that's what they do. They're singing. Great singers are singing all the time. So just tell them to sing. Tell them, don't sing the words. Sing the song. Sell me on the song. Convince me, and take the lights, dim them a little bit. If there's anybody in the control room that's laughing and not looking at the singer, they're going to automatically think that they're being laughed at. So make sure you control all the people in the room. So when the singer comes back in, tell them, cheer when she comes back in or he comes back in. You want to prop that singer up. I think one of the most important things is to have the singer, if you can talk to them before they come in or talk to management or something, you got to find a way to do this, but you can't just say, "Do this," what I'm about to tell you. You have to be extremely subtle because you can get yourself in real trouble. But if they memorize the lyrics, it's going to always be a better performance. And that's a struggle. Each situation is different. But the more you've got the lyrics committed, the more you can put your personality into it. Now, there's some exceptions. I worked on a song with Christina, and the first time she sang it, that's what made the record. I mean, that woman's amazing. The song's called Beautiful. I like to sometimes, and you can't do this with all singers, but if you've got a good relationship and you're close to the singer, just suggest that maybe they perform and put themselves on stage, rent some lights, get a vibe in the room that they're accustomed to, and try to get the foreignness and the sterileness of the studio process minimized. And I'm sure you guys are going to come up with all sorts of techniques that apply to you. And by the way, if you're recording yourself, this stuff works on you too, okay?